Here we have the book West Country Witchcraft, a guide to witchcraft in the West Country. It's published by Green Magic. It's co-authored by Gillian MacDonald and Jessica Pembarth. It's a nice little book, you know, it's not the biggest of books. It consists of 92 pages. Okay, so the book consists of acknowledgements, greetings, and then we have 4 chapters, as you can see. To the back of the blurb, and that gives you an overview of what the sort of book's about. Okay, it says, wherever you travel in the West Country of England, you will encounter evidence of witchcraft, both past and present. The West Country is divided into 3 counties, Somerset, Devon and Cornwall, each with their own essence and unique energy. As a whole, it has been a safe harbour to the ancient Celts and their magical beliefs, and home to many a witch. These witches have adopted many guises over the years. West Country Witchcraft looks at witchcraft in its many forms, both historical and contemporary. There are descriptions of the practitioners, their stories, tools, spells, and the magical sites that are used. I really enjoyed the dedication. It reads, dedicated to all those poor unfortunate souls who lost their lives through being accused of witchcraft. May your deaths not be in vain. So I guess it starts with a basic introduction which discusses witchcraft, sort of going through from, very briefly discusses it, I might add, going through to sort of like Anglo-Saxon times, a bit through to Tudor times. Okay, that's a very small section. But one of the things that I really did like about the book was it describes the West Country in a brilliant way. For the reader, or for the viewer or the reader who hasn't visited the West Country, the description of the West Country is lovely. I'll read a section. It says, the one overwhelming impression you may get from visiting the West Country is that this place itself is magical. The genus Loki or local spirits are tangible. You can sense them. Whether you start looking up in Orrick, the Glastonbury Tor, or delving deep into Bookie Hole Cave, or wandering out amongst the many stone circle and long barrows on our moors, each place has a strong spiritual resonance that you can actually perceive. As you travel further into the west of Devon, you can sense a slowing down of pace, as though the spirits of each place are encouraging you to stop and to take notice of them. The rolling green lush ambrosia hills gives a sense of safety and protection with their attractive little thatched villages and cosy corners. The open moorland of Exmoor gives a sense of space and majesty with its heath, craggy rocks, outcrops. Coastal Devon is dotted with secret coves, dramatic cliff tops alive with nature and stunning views. And there's the incredibly dramatic and moody Dartmoor with its grey, foreboding hills and bleakness interspersed with miles of grasslands. Bogs wait to catch unsuspecting travellers, and are many the places of mystical tale and legends of ghosts. I think that's a lovely sort of overview of what the West Country is like. It's suited to an audience that perhaps knows little on the subject of witchcraft. It's sort of gives an overview of what witchcraft was, what it is. For a person who didn't know, it breaks it down very nicely, such as, do witches use cauldrons? Hook noses, pointy hats and broomsticks. Nice picture. Is Halloween the witches' night? Are witches really devil worshippers or Satanists? Do witches join covens and run around naked in the wood? West Country witches, pellers and charmers of old. Now this bit was really quite interesting. In this book it gave names. Here we see Thomas in Blight was a lady from Cornwall who would have been described as a peller. There we can see Thomasin. You know, it discusses what a lady called Joan White. That I was interested to read about her, you know, especially as she spent some time in Bodmin Jail. Now, Bodmin Jail is a very eerie sort of place. They do tours. You can go around, look around the jail now. It's sort of like a bit freaky, you know. So that was chapter 2. Okay. That was quite a long chapter. Chapter 3. Modern day witchcraft in the West Country is looking at Wicca. Okay, it gives an example of sort of how Wicca, so it discusses rather how Wicca came to be. It gives a brief outline of what a group Wiccan ritual might look like. It tells the reader in brief how a circle is constructed. It gives description of some recipes for flying ointments. It gives description recipe of banishing ointments. Discusses talismans, amulets and charms. And finally, chapter 4 tells us about some of the local sites that can be found in the West Country. Now, to summarise, this isn't a bad little book actually. I don't feel it was particularly geared to West Country witchcraft, as I didn't feel it gave enough examples of ways of doing things that were particular to the West Country, you know.